Hi friends, so let's start today's analysis. I think pretty decent day of trading today, and I'll give the reasons why I feel even when we're closing flat on Nifty, why it was decent. But as usual, we start from the global markets first. So yesterday, I think the video of Mr. Trump and Elon Musk was going viral in terms of interview and the way he was speaking about India. He was very firm in his statement that he wants to put reciprocal tariffs to India. It also came out that he was probably unhappy with the way Mr. Modi's meeting has went by in the US. The reason is very simple. I think Mr. Modi tried to resist his ideology or thought process on tariffs to control or to reduce the deficit. I think Mr. Modi wanted to increase the trade rather than to increase the tariffs as the way forwards. Who's right, who's wrong, probably depends on which country you're representing and how do you want to protect your industries, etc. So I'm not going to debate of that, but that was one point which was coming from the US markets, and probably our market was, some nervousness was there. Another thing which I think Trump categorically told Mr. Elon Musk is that what you're doing is wrong in terms of how he's trying to produce now Tesla cars in India. He's already given the advertisement for job offers and all those things for his Tesla ventures into India. He is looking for a land. That is the news which came from Reuters. It's not a confirmed news on any newspaper, but which means that he probably tried to manufacture Tesla cars in India, which is a very, very good news for India. Yes, it will bring in some competition to our Indian players. That's fine. Our Indian players have to live with the competition in this kind of scenario, in this kind of world. They have to find their cutting edge technologies, otherwise they'll vanish. They'll perish. But maybe Tesla becomes a manufacturing hub for the entire world from India. That would be a great news for India. So we are not seeing many foreign manufacturers staying in India for long. So we saw Ford, but it could not survive. It went back. Some extent, Volkswagen also. So if Ford can do that, I think that will bring in a lot of jobs to India, and that is what will be a good news. And if that is produced in India, it will bring in some competition in terms of EV market, which is slightly slowing down. We already saw news today from Tata Motors that they're giving a discount of around 50,000 rupees for their EV vehicles. They want to get rid of their inventory, and it is looking like the EV industry is slowing down. The reasons are many, and we can have a separate video for that. But I think the infrastructure which is required for charging stations is still not there. Battery being costly, the kind of accidents we have in batteries, and so forth, so forth. So there are many reasons for it. We'll not go into deep, but this was another thing Mr. Trump told in the interview itself, right on air to Mr. Elon Musk, that you're doing wrong. You are not taking care of American first strategy. What Trump wanted was that he should manufacture the vehicles in US itself and create jobs there and make America great again by and be competitive by reducing the tariffs across the countries. That's what Mr. Trump wants. But Mr. Trump has to really understand one thing, and probably I'll take just 2 minutes on that. See, how did America become great? In 1980s, when America started manufacturing, it was the first country to start the manufacturing to a large scale. They had a competitive advantage because many of the countries were involved in the world wars. We had First World War, followed by Second World War, and most of the countries were involved. But if you remember, US has been pretty neutral to these wars. They've entered into these world wars very late, and the collateral damage to America was very, very minimal. That is the reason why they came up as a very big economic power in after 1980s. Sorry, after 1850s and late 90s when this world war started. So, but after that time, they could not stick to their manufacturing plans. The kind of inflation that America witnessed, the kind of shift from blue collar jobs to white collar jobs, the kind of labor cost going up, other technological costs going up, the way the cheaper raw materials were there in other countries, the labor cost being cheaper in other countries, they took over. Japan took over, South Korea took over, China took over, to a certain extent, India also took over. So all these countries, Europe, Germany became a big leader in terms of not only technological development but skill development and in terms of how they're producing their cars, etc. So the automobile market actually shifted from America to Europe, Japan, South Korea, to certain extent China as well. Now, if US thinks that they can bring those times back, it's highly, highly, highly impossible. And I'm using the word impossible with a lot of care and lot of with a lot of data behind it. It cannot happen, and that is why markets are not taking them seriously. So, and this is same for the pharma sector. Yesterday, I was listening to a interview from Sun Pharma chairman. I'm forgetting his name. I think it's a Digvijay or something. He told very categorically the impact of tariffs on their company is very minimal. They will pass on everything to US consumers. Now, understand, pharma has a process. In India, the plants are approved by US FDA. It takes 5 to 6 years to create a product, create a factory, get it approved. There are a lot of hit and trials, and after those things, you cannot go back and start manufacturing in America. It is not possible at all. And 90% of generic drugs is being sent from India. Around 30 to 40% market is in pharma is there from India. You can't take it back to America, and it is not feasible. India has to reduce the tariffs. Yes, I agree. See, there are excesses in India as well. We all have to accept that India is really charging a lot of tariffs, and Trump is not wrong in that. See, the cancer saving drug, we're putting 100% tariff. Why should we put 100% tariff on a cancer saving drug? It is costing around 1.5 to 2 lakhs. That is absurd. And that should be a worry for everybody, including India. So I think our economic advisors have to think for it. Hardly Davidson, we are putting around, even after the reduction of tariffs, it's around 100% of tariff. Why should we not allow the competition to creep in India? Let it be competitive. Let Aisha Motor compete with Harley Davidson. This will increase our technology, our thought process, way of doing business, way of doing manufacturing, and so many other things. We cannot allow these kind of barriers to be created around us to remain competitive. That's the worst form of growing. So, to a certain extent, I'm in agreement with Mr. Trump, and these things are very, very solvable things. Yes, 3 4 industries will be hit. There will be 3 4 sectors will be temporary hit because of this. That's all. You can't take the entire nation on charge just because of these 3 4 industries. This thing is inevitable. It will happen someday or the other. It's just a time to come. But having said, and let us talk in the context of Indian markets, I don't expect anything from tariffs to hit India. We are not exporting autos to US. The pharma which is there is probably too big and too complex and too sensitive to put any kind of tariffs, and which India could be a loser. It's very, very difficult. It's the chances are very, very less. Chips anyway we're not producing. So I don't think anywhere we are getting any harm due to these tariffs, and that's the reason. Today, if you see the markets, and yesterday also I told, another sense of solidism, another sense of comfort, confidence will come when all the other markets are down and we are up, or at least we are on the day high. That's exactly what happened today. Yesterday's with this kind of interview from Trump, the markets were nervous today. Nikkei was around 1.5% down, Kospi was down, Australia was down, Shanghai was down, Hang Seng was down, Dow futures and Nasdaq futures were also trading in red. Every market was trading in red. India was doing pretty decent. We opened lower, but we closed almost at day's high. And this is what we wanted. This is again a signal of strength which India is showing now. And believe me, all negative news of tariff is already in the price. We will not see any kind of negative news from the tariff front, at least on our stock markets. It's already in the news. The news which is out is already in the price. Market does not takes. That is why the Tata Motors share has come down from 1,200 to 600 rupees, and it has been falling for last 3 months since Trump has taken his candidature. Maybe 1 month before that. So market is too smart to capture all these things. Now with this bad news, will only grow from here. The reason is very simple. If the bigger players want to buy shares, they can only get shares in panic. They can only get shares when there are negative news around. So markets fall with bad news, for with good news, because in times of good news they can sell their shares. The markets rise only when they have bad news. The bad news is there; it is going to stay till second happening. I will not be surprised that the markets will rally from here. The bottom should not be broken today. Today again was a perfect day of breaking those levels. We did not break. We again defended the 2200, 22,800 kind of levels, and now I don't see much of a chance that the levels will be broken. According to me, the only negative remains which we should be watchful is our GDP growth and our earnings. Nothing else. Nothing else. All these valuations will also look very divine. All these valuations will also look good once we have the graph of earnings going higher. So we only want the GDP to grow and the earnings will follow. The early economists, the early trends are saying that this quarter, this is the quarter which has gone by, we should get around 6.3 kind of a GDP growth. Last time it was 5.5%. RBI governor also gave a statement that according to his numbers that they track, the early indicators are showing that the demand is back and the economy is going towards an upturn. This is what the market will look like, will cherish. We will not fall on any negative news, on any global news now, whether it is rupee, dollar index, bond yields, nothing. We'll just go higher and higher from here, provided that the economy is on the up track. Now, nothing will refrain us. And I'm giving a big statement. The reason is very simple. Today, again, we saw 28 paisa rise in the rupee. The dollar index was pretty flat, but still we saw 28 paisa rise in the rupee, which means RBI has intervened and we have made our currency stronger and stronger. So even if China tries to deteriorate its currency after 2nd April or so, we still have a lot of cushion towards that 88 kind of a level, and I think we'll defend it. So rupee has become stable. FIs will like it. Dollar index, after all these news. So yesterday also Mr. Powell, FOMC minutes have come out, and he told that he's very nervous in terms of what the tariffs are going on, and they're not seeing the inflation to come down. Still, the bond yield didn't reacted. Still, the dollar index is lower, and correspondingly, our rupee is also very stronger today. So the markets are not reacting to it now. They have taken it for granted. Whatever news will be there, whatever things will be there, those particular sectors and companies, specific action will be taken, but the overall nervousness will settle down from here. And Mr. Trump is getting, what should I do? What should I say? He's getting irritated again and again, naming India just because he could not bend Mr. Modi down. He's again showing his weakness. If you can't even have a deal with your friend and a relatively very weaker company weaker country like India, at least in terms of GDP and in terms of strength and all those things, then how will you prevail over Europe? How will you prevail over Russia? How will you prevail over China? How will you prevail over Japan? These are not small countries. It will be difficult for him to venture his stride between these countries, and that is what market will also try to take cognizance of, and market will try to diversify from America, and it's a high time now. Yesterday also, if you see, the price action is showing that Goldman Sachs has bought around 0.6 to 1% equity of BSE share, which means they are also seeing that the relative capitulation has happened. Some kind of, I would say, sense is coming back in terms of buying those shares now of mid cap and small caps. Yesterday, again, we had a good news. Nine promoters have bought their shares back. Nine promoters. And if promoters start buying their shares, means they're seeing value in their shares, they're seeing value in the companies, they're happy with the level of prices that their shares are trading. They are the best judges. As we say that the best time to sell them, sold the market is when the promoter starts selling. Similarly, if the promoter is buying, it is giving you early trends. Yesterday's market was only up because those nine promoters took those buying calls, and also including Goldman Sachs, we took the buy call for this BSE stock, and it was up around 10% yesterday, and today again it was up around 5-6%. It's almost close to its all-time highs once again. And if BSE stock is being chased upon, which means that you are seeing again a belief in the India story. And the Goldman Sachs is doing it, Fidangi is doing it, FIA is doing it. So they are smart. Now they will start entering those stocks which they've been waiting for so long. And this is the time when traders, retail players will start selling their shares. Mera bhav aa gaya, I'll sold it off. Don't do that. Never do that. India's story is far, far bigger than anybody can dream of. So yesterday, mid cap and small caps, they showed the early trends, and that gave confidence to everybody. Today also the small caps and mid caps were higher. According to me, small caps still have froth. I not be very excited to chase small caps, but yes, mid caps are showing now uh, some places where you can start doing the buying opportunities. Reason is very simple. When the market will rise, you will not get a chance to enter. So if between yesterday and today somebody wanted to buy BSE share, I am sure not even a single retail tailor would have got a chance. It was 10% up yesterday and 6% up today. No chance. 16% up in 2 days. Style Bazaar share today was 20% upper circuit. Yesterday also there were a lot of shares upper circuit. Today again there are a lot of shares upper circuit. So even the mutual funds who want to buy in big quantities, probably time has gone or it is just nearby, just now to buy. Otherwise, you will not even get the quantities because these stocks have so less liquidity, it will make circuits. They will start making circuits and you'll not be able to enter. And once you see those kind of volumes going up, there are a lot of people who chase those stocks. And then it becomes extremely difficult for anybody to enter. And retail dealers can't even buy when the stocks are chasing higher for such a high prices. So again, I've been advocating this for a long time, but now I don't know whether how much time it has gone by or which stock you should buy or not. Probably your financial advising can tell you more on that. But I still see with this kind of price action again giving me a more confidence that yes, our bottom has been made. Probably now I'm even sure that a global shock, if it is a very mild shock, that will also not broke are these levels now. Even if they broke in very short point of time, Nifty stocks are also looking very attractive. So, but if somebody wants to buy Nifty stocks now, even Nifty ETF, Pan Nifty ETF, this is the time. This is the time. FMCG ETF has been falling from last 14 days, 15 days. It's a time to enter. The kind of consumption boost the finance minister has given, it will benefit all players. It's not only hotels or luxury watches, etc. will be consumed. It will be your normal FMCG stuff as well. That will also get affected. So these, I'm just not giving a recommendation, but these are still the stocks to look at where we have seen major corrections. In terms of market, so yesterday Nifty IT was chosen to keep the markets down to cover the shorts. Today Nifty Bank was chosen to allow the writers to book profit. Today was a pure writers day. Nothing happened in Nifty today. It happened. It was just moving a very small range. So the put and call both booked their profits, and nothing happened in the markets today. The Nifty Bank was chosen for that, and we didn't see any fireworks. I think it was purely a writers market, wherein the profits were taken for call and put both. So whatever selling has been done from call and puts, and they all could good profits today. It was pure writers day. But again, the price action is showing that we are solidifying and the bottoms are looking pretty protected now. And these are the levels to buy. Otherwise, once the market starts showing up, it starts going up, it will be very difficult to enter. I am not saying that March month can be very good. Yes, we have 2nd April seeing over us. Yes, the trade wars can become ugly. The tariff war can become ugly. Yes, there are full chances of it, but let us see the relative impacts on the countries, how it is impact India. If you do a study, it is not looking like India will be impacted out of it. According to me, if the tariff war becomes ugly between China and US, only India will benefit. And it is looking like that. Even Elon Musk coming to India manufacturing Tesla is a good news. According to me, it's a good news. Some competition here and there, but these kind of manufacturing units, if they set up in India, they give a lot of boost to manufacturing skills, jobs, and overall, you make a point on the global stage that yes, we can manufacture those kind of high profile cars. That kind of statement goes. So keeping all these things in mind, and whatever is globally is going on, I still feel that probably this particular level looks protected, and in the month of March, we should see some upswings. I'm not saying that we'll go too high. We'll be still going for W-share recovery, but some kind of a 1,000 points kind of a rally is probably overdue now into the markets. When it will happen, I don't know, but it looks like pretty overdue. So with this statement and with this kind of remarks, I'll end this video today. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much.